Hey, my little pumpkins, I'm Stan Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some Prehistoric Kingdom action. Kind of wanted to jump in and get some practice in before Update 9 drops here, like at the end of, I think at the end of this coming up week. And we are going to build us a little dual. I was thinking earlier I was going to do like a dual, like almost like a split habitat where you have like predators on one side and some larger grazing animals on the other, but kind of make it look like their habitat is one, but it's really like safely split. But I think I might try that again later. This time I just wanted to make a larger Tyrannosaur like paddock here for like a pair of T-Rex sisters that kind of co-inhabit this space. And I know any of you Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo nerds are probably going to watch this time lapse and be like, why can't we have scaling? And I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things where we've kind of begged Frontier for years. I just don't know if the engine's capable of it or whatever, but I love that tool in this game. And another tool that you might think is a little like, I don't know, like counterintuitive to customization is the paintbrush tool that paints in foliage. You saw me use it kind of here a little bit. So don't get me wrong, there still is that, there's still charm to placing, trees and logs and bushes one by one. And I absolutely still apply that, but it's just, there's something like really satisfying about Prehistoric Kingdom's paintbrush and like the speed at which you can work and like the speed at which you can put a vision together using that paintbrush and not having to, okay, well, look at it like this. All of that little like kind of undergrowth I just put together with those tall trees and the bushes and some of the underneath foliage, like, okay, I took what would have probably taken me, 4-7 minutes, individually placing all those and rotating them and getting them how you want and maybe deleting them. You turn like 4 minutes into 4 seconds. So it really is like a time-saving, get on with your vision type of tool, and I'm absolutely here for it. Look right there, I just kind of sprouted that. Look how long that would have took to sprout those trees. And here's the other thing too, you typically wouldn't have made it look any better than that. Like you're probably not going to get somebody that didn't see you do that and tell the difference between, oh, did you place these all one by one, or does the game do that for you? It just, the only thing it's doing is saving you time and letting you get on with the build. And I very, very much am for that feature. I think a lot of us would kill for that feature in Planet Zoo, particularly just because it's such a foliage intensive game, and this part right here, I'm kind of just, kind of airing out their little entrance area. What's kind of going to bring people over. We got the big T-Rex statue out front. This is one of the most important parts of the whole exhibit. It's actually a glass see-through part, so you're not kind of up on a ledge. You're not looking at them through fences. This is a full-on front glass enclosure, so I figure this would be a very, very heavily trafficked spot. You can see the right there, you can see the resize tool at work. Could you imagine in Planet Zoo if we had those, like some of the smaller logs that look really well? We know Planet Zoo's art department crushes it, but if we could just make them bigger like this. There's a whole bunch of examples of me making these trees and these larger stumps, or these smaller stumps larger, and I just think it works so well, particularly in that case what you just saw me do as kind of like a natural barrier, kind of like the animals are used to, that they know not to kind of like overstep that kind of natural boundary. And you can even do like electric stakes or anything like that, but all of this is kind of hypothetical because we don't really know how these animals would really react in a zoo setting. I don't think a zoo setting could probably ever really be possible, but in the vein of having fun and make-believe in video games, we can make a Tyrannosaur Paddock and try to make it as believable and as fun as possible. We've got him a little moat here, kind of like a little watershed area for him to drink out of and play in. And Prehistoric Kingdom's paint tools, it's another thing to die for. You cover so much ground, and there's so much versatility because, you know, they kind of let you use all of the biome swatches however you want. So, you know, I can mix all kinds of sands and leaves, and look, I can make it look like they have little worn paths, which you can do in Planet Zoo, but I don't think you can do it to the level that Prehistoric Kingdom lets you do. And excuse me, Prehistoric Kingdom just has that level of like terrain meshing that just, it doesn't look the same in Planet Zoo. And I think to get this look, you have to mix in like thousands of pieces of, you know, barely sticking up little bushes, kind of like grasses. Here's where we're picking out the actual 2 Tyrannosaurs. I kind of wanted to get 2 larger ones, so we kind of backed those other ones off, and these are the 2 sisters officially in the exhibit. And over here, kind of wanted to make this space as just like, you know, to give them a little more separation, because, you know, like you just saw, we do have 2 animals in here now. So if they needed to get away from each other, they could kind of come over here and explore. No water. We will have woods and you know, stuff over here for them to kind of, you know, hide in, explore, rest, get away from the public. They can go behind these rocks. I always like to incorporate that in the design, like where the animal can get away if it needs to. And you can see how quick I've put in this just little underbrush foliage, and kind of like using the woods tool over there as kind of like an exhibit background. And, you know, in real time, of course, we've got this sped up. The first session, probably the first little bit of the video you saw, was like 15 minutes, and the larger section that you're watching right now was like 35 minutes. So basically, basically under an hour, this whole exhibit was done and ready to go. But anyways, guys, let's jump on into the real time. I'll show you around the exhibit, and then you guys can hopefully leave your feedback down below on what you think about this new habitat. So hold on one sec. Let's jump into real time. All right, guys, here they are. This is their space. That was that little glass section I was telling you about. And it is so fun watching these animations and just kind of watching them explore the habitat. You know, I don't know if they actually interact with each other yet, but it's still, like I said, I love the animations and the growls and the sniffing. So yeah, this is where, you know, if it was connected to a larger park, of course we do need to get some kind of secondary, probably put like a little secondary barrier fencing right there, because obviously you wouldn't want people coming up and just like sticking their arms right through here. But yeah, this is kind of like the little entrance area. So wouldn't this look cool as like, you know, if you're kind of over here exploring down through here and you can hear them kind of in the background, and then kind of make your way into this little cave, and you're like right here with them. Like just right now, you just so happen to catch them at night or nap time. And then, you know, we would continue it on this way. Didn't do too much to their little lagoon, but still I think it'd be fun for them to, you know, just enough to splash in, get a drink. Then kind of got like a little bedded down area over here, kind of to the back of the exhibit. And then of course too, I love this log in particular. I love sizing that up. It just looks so good as an exhibit piece. And you know, the larger dead one back there. Tried to channel, I need to try to channel a little bit more of my remnant and like remember to get some like terrain undulation in these exhibits. I think that always looks better than just having a completely flat exhibit. And then of course I think these rocks, this little outcrop here, almost makes it like a little track for them. They can go all the way around and explore. I think this came out really, really well. Especially the big dead trees, the larger logs. So, you know, just tried to give them as large a footprint as, you know, I would think would be, you know. Obviously, these are long, free roaming animals, apparently, from what they, kind of like what we've discovered about them. But in a zoo setting, I think this would be pretty cool. Oh, let me show you, I'll show you the, we'll do this little patch right here, maybe make a set of woods. Let me show you the paint tool in real time. You'll just click on your vegetation, and of course you've got the scrub lands, but the one I particularly like the most is this coastal redwood patch. I'll size it way down and check this out. So see how quick we were able to make that a patch of woods. Isn't that awesome? And if you don't want trees in it, look here all the way to the right. You can just do kind of like the ground foliage. If you want it a little bit higher, it'll throw in some palms. And I just think this works out really, really well. If you don't want the larger redwoods, it will do some skinnier versions right there. Really good underbrush, and then you can mix it in with the larger ones. I think this looks good about kind of hiding that fence line, just making it look like one big area. So yeah, I think this came out pretty freaking cool. And like I said, jumping in, trying to get some practice going before update 9. Which, like we mentioned, is coming out in the next 7 days, I believe. So we will have our next 6 days. We will have our hands on that. So we will jump in and remember, swimming is coming to update 9. More enhanced animations, I think. There's a bunch of really 4 new species. We're gonna have to jump in and make like a coastal Spinosaur exhibit, because we're going to get the Spinosaurus here in 6 days. So definitely have to come back here and check that out with us. But yeah, guys, just wanted to jump in and kind of show you what's going on. And like I said, our radar is fully back on some Prehistoric Kingdom, so you'll have to let us know what you think, and let us know if you've jumped back in it, if you've reinstalled it, if you've never she's vocal. If you've never uninstalled it, that's a big yawn. You'll have to let us know if you are trying your hand at Prehistoric Kingdom again. And you know, even if we didn't have her in here, you could still, I'll show you some of the other ones just while I have you here. What have you guys not seen in a while? We've got we can do a Brachiosaurus. You guys can see his animation. Kind of like for them, I think you'd want to give them probably a little more open space, because he does not have a whole lot of room to turn around in here. But that would be insane if you were at this zoo. Just kind of get to see him walking by. What else do we have? We've got... What's one thing I don't think we've ever actually bred on the channel in any of these builds? I don't think we've done this guy. There we go. Very, very cool animation. Yeah, you guys You guys have got to try this again if you've not played it in a while. Sleeping over here. Oh, that'd be a good shot if you were if you wanted to catch a T-Rex nap with his head laying on the log. You imagine being a little kid like right here. Mommy! It's staring at me. I don't know if I'd trust that glass. All right, guys. Well, yeah, I just wanted to kind of let you guys peek in at this exhibit right here. We may end up making this maybe end up making this a larger park and actually getting some more animals in here. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. And anyways, I'm SD Wolf. Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.